what's going on? Sorry, the lighting's going to be poor. I don't have a light shining at my face, and if I do this, that shines my face, but then you can't see because it's the only place I could put the camera, so it worked. Anyway, how you guys all doing? I decided I would go live a little bit early because this rest area was right here, and I was like, you know what? Makes sense. I'm in Iowa. I made pretty good time today. As you can see, nice, beautiful sunset over there. And I probably shouldn't have moved my damn hat on there, but whatever. But yeah, nice little sunset setting to the west, and I'm on 80. The world's largest truck stop is right here. Um, I'm battling a horrible case of I want to go home. Like I don't like homesick maybe, and I was doing fine until my wife was like, Riley just got tossed during his football game, which I'm missing because I'm on the road. And then she said, and the coach is wrapping his wrist because he hurt his wrist. And then I'm like, fuck, I should be there, And so I got very homesick, But I have a goal, okay? I have a goal to reach, and if I get that goal, I'll likely be done driving. But I have a little while. Um, it'll be a little while before I reach that goal. Unless at the rate we're going now, it'll be months and months and months before I reach that goal because it's been pretty slow. But yeah, we'll talk about all that after. But yeah, so I'm feeling a little homesick, a little bit, because his wrist is fine. He just sprained it a little bit, but yeah, I don't know, man. I just what I wish is I wish this show. Like if I did the show from the house every single day, I wish the show would generate enough revenue, like residual, you know what I mean? But the problem is we don't get monetized on any of the platforms. It's too hard for us to get monetized. Which is I guess that's the sacrifice you do. That's why like everybody else, Steven Crowder's not monetized. But he does the subscription stuff. We did that for a little bit and it was great. But we tried to get too big, ultimately that's what it was. Anyway, so yeah, first story I want to talk about today. Gabrielle just asked some questions about it, and that's actually the first I'm going to talk about today because I don't understand how they haven't caught this guy yet. This guy in Pennsylvania. So approximately 13 days ago, a guy that was convicted the week prior of stabbing and killing his girlfriend, stabbing her 38 times in front of her children, he escaped from a Pennsylvania county jail. Okay, he climbed. Thank you, Cindy, for that super chat. He apparently scaled the wall, climbed, and got out, slid through barbed wire, and then he's been kind of being like Rambo, but not really. He's just been hiding in the woods for 13 days. There's been sightings of him. He's tried to contact acquaintances that weren't there. He was captured on surveillance. Then this weekend things really started heating up because they said they had this and he's an illegal immigrant too, and that does have some correlation to the story because if we had tougher immigration laws, or no, I take that back. If we actually enforced our current immigration laws, then that woman would still be alive. We wouldn't be wasting the resources of probably millions of dollars a day to search for this guy in the middle of the in the Pennsylvania forest. But because that does make sense. But anyway, things really started heating up on Saturday when he stole a Sprinter van similar to this one from a farmer, essentially, like a farm. He stole that. He drove a little ways away, about 40 minutes, and then he dumped the vehicle. And they recovered the vehicle. They set up the search area for where he was, and they pretty much didn't see him at all. Then last night, a woman was driving. She saw someone. She thought it looked like him. She actually turned around, drove by again, saw him again, realized it was him, called police. As police were coming there, they get reports of a man who says he saw this guy in his garage, and the man was armed, and he shot at this guy several times, about 7 times, but apparently he doesn't practice because his aim was horrible, and he didn't strike, or it's not believed that he struck this illegal immigrant. But the illegal immigrant, and I can't pronounce his name, nor am I going to try. So what ended up what happened was he went into this guy's garage. He apparently like trying to get shelter or something like that, and the guy in his garage, he had a 22 with a scope and a flashlight. So my guess is it was one of those like AR-15 look-alike 22s, because I've seen those too. But this guy that killed his girlfriend, stabbing her so many times, and apparently he killed her because she found out he was wanted in Brazil for killing another woman. So long story short, this guy has been on the run for 13 days. They have 500, members of law enforcement that are out there searching for this guy all the time. They're using helicopters. They're using planes. All the news choppers are up there, and they can't find him. And I just don't understand it. And I said this, the other day, yesterday, I think, we have the technology to bomb someone in like Afghanistan. As soon as we see them in infrared through their house, through multiple floors, we could see where they are. We could see them light up a cigarette on the bathroom, while taking a shit, and we could precisely lay a bomb down through 3 floors and knock that cigarette out of his hands before blowing him up. But we can't find a guy that's running around in the woods. I just don't understand how they haven't been able to find him. That doesn't make any sense to me. But I suppose nothing really is supposed to anymore. You know, nothing really in this country makes much sense. But and it's funny because I heard some I heard a news broadcaster, and I don't remember now what the question was, but the police chief, or the police chief, or the whoever was giving the press briefing today this morning, he got all snappy. He's like, "Oh, you mean we're not doing our job?" Because in all reality, I'm not going to pat any of those cops on their back. They haven't found this guy after 13 days. Are you kidding me? This is more like the pipe bombing, scenario. Those bombs that were dropped at RNC and DNC headquarters, on the morning of January 6th. All the cameras in DC, they can't capture that guy. It's one of those kind of scenarios, which doesn't make a lot of sense. It's almost like they don't want to capture him, but they want to keep wasting millions and millions of dollars worth of resources. I don't understand, you know? Someone said, you just found out he's not a citizen. They've been reporting that he wasn't a citizen for weeks. But this story, for some reason, I guess when he took the van, then it became a bigger story. And then when he got the gun, everybody's covering it. So now Fox News has been talking about it pretty much all day. CNN even had it on, all day. It's been all over social media. The pages that are the YouTube channels that are covering like the tracking, even Agenda, whatever, no spin agenda, or whatever, the agenda free, whatever he pretends to be. He even he was live streaming, with no new information. God, like I turned on his channel for like a minute. I wasn't in the mood. I was in a bad mood anyway. Like I said yesterday, I was in a bad mood because I was sitting, and then I was just driving, and I'm thinking about, I'm worried that I'm going to be stuck in Las Vegas after I make this delivery. And I truly am worried about that. And I hope I'm not. Like I called dispatch today after I got loaded, and I'm like, please make sure you find something, because I know my temperament and the way I already feel, being super homesick, and like I like the expedited side of things. Like, don't get me wrong, but being, knowing that I'm missing so much going on at my house. Like I used to travel for work. That's not a big deal. But now it's going to be 2 weeks, almost, 3 weeks since I've been home, and then I look at everything, you know what I mean? So I look at money, I look at everything, and I'm just like, oh, why? But my choice. So it is what it is. You know what I would like to do? No, yeah, someone said, I don't know about expedited, but dry freight is a ghost town out of Vegas. Yeah, and that's what I know too from booking freight for years. That Vegas is pretty rough, but we focus on entertainment freight. Most of the stuff we do is all entertainment freight. All the freight back here, it's all entertainment freight. So I'm hoping, and they believe that, they're like, you may have to go to Los Angeles. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. As long as I get a load and I'm not sitting all weekend long. I just don't want to sit. I got a feeling I'm going to sit, though. I thought about posting on LinkedIn to all my broker contacts, but then that really got me thinking. I'm like, man, I should just like make an insane offer for one of my, a fleet driver or something like that, where, I'll dispatch your trucks for an extremely low base plus a heavy commission. I like doing stuff like that with, I prefer commission type jobs when it comes to like anything with the freight industry because it motivates me to do better and to make more money. But because I have my responsibilities and my wife, I have a base salary that has to come down. But I'm not moving anywhere. Someone said come down to SoCal. Your friend is a broker. Well, I'll tell him I have a Sprinter van and I'll be empty at 9 a.m. Friday morning in Las Vegas. If he has a load, we'll get him set up with the company. Because in all reality, I'm worried about sitting there. I really am. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know why they haven't captured this guy in Pennsylvania. It doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. I can't understand it, to be honest. As much as I want to, like I try to like give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I just don't know why they haven't captured this guy yet. He spent a week contained in a 3 mile by 4 mile square. That's 12 square miles. How do you not, using all the resources they had, all the police choppers with infrared, all the officers, you're telling me you couldn't just span out the officers, down the line, one every 100 feet and just run, parallel through that thing? He wasn't even armed at that point. Maybe a knife or somebody. To the best of their knowledge, he didn't even have a gun. Now you know he has a gun. I don't know. I don't understand it. But it's kind of crazy. Someone said, "What about the New Mexico governor and guns?" Yeah, I see. That's just stupid, and I don't understand why that governor did that. The New Mexico governor issued a proclamation on Thursday, not Friday, as some conservatives are reporting. Oh, she did it over the weekend. She did it on a Friday night, so no one would do anything on the weekend. That's Tim Pool that said that. Pissed me off because I'm like, just get your facts right. She issued that proclamation on Thursday. It didn't make national news until like Saturday. But basically, she said, in order to combat gun violence in the city of Albuquerque, after an 11-year-old was fatally shot and killed, the fifth murder of a child so far this year in Albuquerque, or in that county, I believe, she issued like a public health crisis, basically, and said that nobody is allowed to possess a gun in in the city of Albuquerque or that county or any city where you average more than 1,000 gun crimes per 100,000 people, right? So Albuquerque is the only place really because it's so rural. But she said basically no one is allowed to possess a gun besides a cop and a licensed and armed security guard. They're the only people that are allowed to possess guns. Everyone that has in New Mexico is an open carry state. But she basically banned the guns for that area, and also said anyone that has a concealed carry permit, which you would be allowed to carry, you're no longer allowed to carry in the city of Albuquerque as well. Not a single frickin' person believed that this was constitutional. Okay, let's be honest. I read the story and I'm like, she's going to get sued. It's not constitutional at all. In fact, everybody knew it was not constitutional, including the sheriff. The sheriff came out this weekend and said he's not going to enforce it. It's not constitutional. The mayor of Albuquerque, I believe a Democrat, came out and said it's not constitutional. The Albuquerque Police Department came out and said it's not constitutional. They will not force it. The district attorney for the county where this took place, a Democrat, came out and said it's not constitutional. Ted Lieu, a Democrat piece of garbage congressman from, I think, from California, even came out and said it's not constitutional. Pretty much, you haven't heard anybody say it's constitutional except the governor of New Mexico, where she believes she has the right to restrict guns in an effort to solve the gun violence issue that is happening in Albuquerque. Although she was asked by a member of the media, I think at a press conference yesterday or today, whether or not she believes that the people, like criminals in Albuquerque, will abide by this gun law. She said no, they're not going to abide by it. So who is the actual law targeting? If it's not targeting the actual criminals who are committing the offenses, who are already barred from owning a gun, so they wouldn't be subject to this in the first place, who is she trying to uh, to target with this law? You and me. That, I mean, just, non-criminal people that have concealed carry permits, people that are out exercising the First or Second Amendment rights. That's who she wants this law to harm. And long story short, it doesn't even matter. Like, and I wish at this point, I wish the media, you got everyone except, I don't think we've heard from the major that's in charge of the state police. Because she said it was going to be enforced by the state police because she already knew the county and the city weren't going to enforce it. I don't know if we've heard from the state police whether or not they're going to enforce it. This would be the time for the state police to, come out and say, nah. But they work at the state police in most jurisdictions, and I don't know about New Mexico. State police usually work for the governor. They're under that executive branch, right? So I don't know. The whole thing is just stupid, and she knows it's not going to go anywhere. Pretty much everyone else that uses the common sense knows that the law isn't going to go anywhere. There was a protest this weekend where everyone went out and proudly open carried and said, "You're not taking my guns," and blah blah blah. And which, good, more power to you. I'm not a fan of open carrying, to be honest. I've never liked open carrying. I don't know why. I've got a concealed carry permit. I can carry in 38 states. I don't know why people like to open carry. It's like it's and you know what? I'm not even getting into the specifics about it. I just think because normally the people I see open carrying, besides cops or law enforcement or security or anything, the people I see are like the redneck one-tooth dude that's got like 6 guns that's walking to Walmart. Like I'm not joking. One time I saw a guy in a Walmart in Keene, New Hampshire walk in. He had a gun on each hip. He had 2 guns shoved in the front of his pants, and then he had one on his back. And I'm like, why? And they're all handguns. And he's just walking around shopping at Walmart, acting like he's a big tough guy. I'm like, dude, I could drop you quicker than you could pull one of those guns. Pisses me off. But and maybe that, I'll be honest, maybe that's why I'm a little against the open carry thing. And I'm not against open carry. I just personally don't like it. So let me phrase that again. It's your constitutional right to do it. I just think it's fucking stupid. It's like those guys in Florida that they wear an AR-15 strapped across their chest to go fishing in a public park. Of course you're going to get a bunch of cops called on you. Of course that's going to happen. You know why? Because dumbasses like you go out and do stupid shit like that. And you're drawing the attention. I've never liked open carry. Even when all those people marched in Louisville, all the militia, 3%ers and all that shit. I'm not a big fan of, I was a fan of that day because they were taking on NFAC. Remember that? The Not Effing Around Coalition, led by Grandmaster McFluffy, who's now getting McFluffed in the butthole in federal jail, in a federal penitentiary. Yeah, he's getting McFluffed. Okay. But yeah, it's crazy. She is trying to show she is doing something rather than fight crime. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Someone said you make yourself a target for a criminal who wants a gun. Yeah. Someone said a man that tokes a gun only wears it to point at someone. Okay, yeah, which could be true as well. But I've just never been a big fan. Never been a big fan. You know what I'm not a big fan of, too? I'm not a big fan of asking you guys to contribute to this live stream, but I got to do it. And I'll be honest, dude, if one of you guys, wants the deal forever, not forever, but for, a year, if one of you guys helps me get to my goal, which is incredibly ambitious, fuck it, I'm not even offering that. But yeah, if you want to support this stream, please do, today. Cash App, Venmo, you can scan that link or you can scan that QR code that's on your screen or click the link in the chat. You could do Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, anything that's better. I have a $7,500 goal. If I make $7,500, it'll get me out of the lease for the store without, getting sued. It'll pay for me to finish renovating our bathroom. And it will just give us the leg up that we need, so that way I could just substitute teach full time. Because substitute teaching, it's insane how little they pay, and there's no way I can afford to do it. Even though that was the plan, but I didn't really think about how much or how little money they make. So basically, my long-term goal, and I haven't really said this, is to make like $7,500 doing all this stuff plus the YouTube and all that stuff. Once I do that, then I'll likely stop driving. I will substitute teach full time, go to school full time, and then do an hour and a half show starting at 7 o'clock Eastern, Monday through Friday from home, like a good show, like a news show, like I used to do, the Wake Up America ones. So, I have, it's going to be a long time before I get to that, unfortunately. But yeah, if you want to support the stream, please do that. So let's talk about this impeachment bullshit now, because I know this is just going to infuriate many of you guys anyway, just like it did with me. This it's so stupid, bro. Kevin McCarthy today says they're going to push forward. It's going to get super fucking loud in here, because that's the problem with being in this Sprinter van. Wait till you hear this rain. You may not even be able to hear me speak, which will suck. You'll just sit here. We'll just watch the road together. But because it gets fucking loud. Yeah, if you want Wake Up America back, here's the thing. If any of you guys got like a little bit of money sitting left over, and you want like half of the profits from Facebook, from me doing this show, half of the profits from Facebook, and half of the profits for my YouTube channel, let's make a deal. For a year. Only for a year. Because in all reality, dude, I feel like I'm not doing my job as a dad. Because I'm not at home. And it's hard. I've only been away a couple of weeks. Well, granted, I haven't been able to spend more than a day at home since I started doing this. So you got to think about the people, like military guys that go overseas for 6, 7, 8 months. I don't know how they do it. Or even over the road truckers that have kids. I guess I just wasn't built for it. And it's not even that. It's my son's playing football. He's fucking 13 years old. I think his coach sucks ass and isn't doing a very good job. Even my wife said, if you were coaching football, this team would be winning, because they lost again 40-0. Last week they lost 44-0. The first week they tied 6-6. Sad. So I don't know. So I just get sad by that. But let me know in the chat, like if the rain gets really, really loud, I'll have to end the video, or I'll give it a little bit, but I'll just start yelling and stuff. But yeah, so let's talk about this impeachment. So they push forth this impeachment inquiry. It's the biggest load of bullshit ever. Okay, it's Kevin McCarthy's way of trying to satisfy fucking. It's gonna get loud. Yesterday, it was raining so fucking loud. Like, I couldn't even watch TV or anything. But, yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so Kevin McCarthy put the impeachment inquiry out. He put the impeachment inquiry, which doesn't say they're going to vote on impeachment or anything else. And to be honest, Kevin McCarthy also went back and said he wasn't going to do that. He wasn't going to do an impeachment inquiry. He was just going to set it right to a vote, whether or not to proceed with it and do the inquiry and do all that stuff. But he ended up just saying, fuck everything, because the Freedom Caucus was saying we're not going to approve the budgets unless you actually go through with this impeachment thing. He doesn't have enough votes, apparently, because there are 5 Republicans that are, idiots that don't believe that there's enough to impeach Joe Biden. So they apparently wouldn't vote for impeachment. Therefore, we wouldn't have the impeachment. But it's long story short, nothing, I mean nothing, is going to materialize from this impeachment inquiry. Everybody's talking about it and applauding it, like patting each other on the back, like we're going to hold Biden accountable. Are you fucking kidding? He just set this for an indefinite committee. That's all that's going to happen. It's going to go to a new committee where the 3 chairmen, the Ways and Means, the Judiciary, and whatever, Comer, Jordan, and the high-pitched fucking weirdo from Ways and Means, they're going to sit down there, and they're going to sit and they're going to, masturbate over all the things that Joe Biden and Hunter Biden did bad. And then they're going to present it to the press, and the press is going to do the same thing they've done for the past 2 years and not report everything. They're not going to have the votes in the House, so we're not even going to get an impeachment. Even if we were to get an impeachment in the House, it would have been acquitted in the Senate, just like Donald Trump was, because we don't have a majority in the Senate. Democrats do. So it's not like it's going to go through in the Senate either, unless they actually proved something beyond a reasonable doubt. Even though they have proved stuff now, I can't say it's beyond a reasonable doubt now that Joe Biden is culpable with anything, because fuck it, I don't even care. Do you know what I mean? But it's just stupid. Someone said Bongino was against impeachment, but rethought it only for the fact that it can open subpoena power. Yeah, I heard that argument too, where they can get bank files and all that stuff. But let's be honest, guys, the whole infrastructure of this country is behind Joe Biden. Okay? Everybody is like the military. They are backing Joe Biden because the alternative for them is Donald Trump. So you're even going to have Republicans that are going to back Joe Biden. They already are. They already have, because they hate Donald Trump so bad, and Donald Trump's the front runner. So, it's all pointless. This whole impeachment shit, like I was listening to it on the news today. I'm like, it's fucking stupid. It's stupid. For one, McCarthy said he wasn't going to put it to these committees, that he was just going to do a vote to send it to committees, which is what they criticized Nancy Pelosi for not doing the second time for the impeachment. They just straight went to an impeachment vote. That's McCarthy said he was going to do the vote for the impeachment inquiry, which, if they actually got the votes, then it would officially open the inquiry. But instead, because he has the power to unilaterally make the decision, so he just sends it to the inquiry, because it avoids the vote, because he knows he doesn't have the votes, and therefore the only thing that it does is it just prolongs the scenario. And then he gets to pat himself on the back, and Marjorie Taylor Greene gets to juggle balls and pretend like she's doing something, because she's the biggest fucking rhino out there now. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a huge backstabbing Republican. I don't care how much you may like her and how they just fucking photographed her too. She talked, I'm not even, whatever. The only thing I could say, where are the J6 tapes, bitch? And I hate using that word too. I'm going to get the J6 tapes released, blah, blah, blah. She, ends up backing McCarthy for speaker. All of a sudden, the J6 tapes are too sensitive to be released. She's not going to release them anymore. She's a backstabber. Here's the thing. It's almost as bad as Donald Trump endorsing Dr. Oz. Something I don't understand. Still to this day, it's one of the reasons why it's the only reason why I would hesitate to vote for Donald Trump, is because he endorsed Dr. Oz. That is how much I hate Dr. Oz. He's not a conservative. And yet, Donald Trump threw his full weight and support behind him. Kathy Barnett, who was a much better candidate, went to the wayside, literally disappeared overnight, because Donald Trump endorsed Dr. Oz, who then lost to Frankenstein. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. But Marjorie Taylor Greene was the same way. She was up there. She was talking all this good stuff. She was being loud and pounding her chest, being like the type of conservative we want in Congress, right? She stood by. She lost all her committee assignments. Actually, she never was given any committee assignments because of shit she said. And Nancy Pelosi was Speaker of the House. And then, as soon as it becomes green, and everyone can start to see Kevin McCarthy is going to be speaker, right? Even though there are holdouts, but everyone knew Marjorie Taylor Greene then turned coat and literally stopped being the person that we all wanted her to be, right? The loudmouth, the person that goes out and says what she's thinking. Instead, she goes and sucks up to Kevin McCarthy and backs him for speakership, because she gets her committee assignments back. And so she backs him. She converts some of the other Freedom Caucus people over. There were some that held tight. Matt Gaetz, I think, ended up, turning coat too. But he's the only one that called Kevin McCarthy out the other day. But I don't know, man. That's why I don't like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't like Marjorie Taylor Greene at all for that reason, because I think she's a liar. I think she's a fake ass. She's a Republican. I'm not a Republican. I'm a conservative. There is a difference. You know why? Kevin McCarthy is a Republican. Anyone that wants to go out and say you're a Republican now, that's who you're aligned with. Kevin McCarthy. Those kind of Mitch McConnell, those mumbling bozos. Someone said you are making the case for term limits. 100% we need term limits. 100%. I've been saying that since day one. I think every candidate, I don't know how you enforce that. Could that be enforced on a state level? Probably not, right? It's a federal office. Can't you do it on a state level? Nah, you probably can't. God damn, that would be cool. I would run for state delegate if that was the case, and I would put forth something for term limits, and then I would resign as soon as the bill passes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like Marjorie Taylor Greene for that reason because I feel like she's a Republican. I've been saying it for a long time. I can't align with Republicans anymore. I've always voted Republican. I'm going to vote conservative now. You know what conservative is? People that love this country. I don't care. Shit, my wife is even conservative. Is she a Republican? No. She's probably a liberal conservative. She has liberal views and liberal beliefs. But she still believes in a two-parent household. She doesn't believe in God, but she believes something. We don't talk about that shit in my house because then it always pisses me off, and I'm like, I'm dragging your ass to church. But so we don't talk about that. But God, that's the thing. Conservative is American, right? You have conservative values. You know, even I get too tired. I get tired of listening to God stuff. Like on the weekends, on Fox and Friends and all that shit, they're like super heavy into God all the time. And to me, it even becomes a little, uh, uh, nutty to me. Not nutty, but obnoxious. You know what I mean? Because I know that's what also turns people away too. But I understand too, because you're trying to get the word of God out to people and all that stuff. But to me, conservative, and having conservative values is American. You know what I mean? Granted, I don't know. It's just weird, dude. We have to remember that the only way this country exists is by working together. It's not built on a one party. It's not a one party country, you know, because then you alienate the other half of the fucking country. You know what I mean? It pisses me off. It pisses me off when we do it. We have not received any Cash Apps or Venmos during the show, and that's very upsetting to me. So I want to see some Cash App and Venmos. The link is in the chat. We had $7 in super chats today, which is delicious, and I appreciate you. So I made like $2 because YouTube takes like 30% or something. But we haven't had any Cash Apps or Venmos. If you can, I try to get like $100, for doing a show because it adds up. So if I do make $100 for 50 days, boom, that's $5,000, and then I could go. But it always disappears quick. But if you guys want to throw some support my way, that would be appreciated. The link is in the chat. Is it not putting the link in the chat when I do it? Oh, no. So it should be. Oh, see, can you guys see the link on Facebook and shit? I know you could see it on YouTube because Nanner is badass and putting it in there. But yeah, if you can, 5, 10, 15, 100, 5,000. I think the limit you could do is $2,500. Not that people are going to do $2,500. But anyway, someone said we did have a civil war. Just saying, I don't know what you're fucking talking about. Because I can tell you what, there's not a fucking chance in hell right now where with our country is that I'd ever be willing to take up arms against another American. Not a single chance in hell. Nothing right now is that bad that I would ever consider doing that. Unless they were considering doing that. And then I think I could. Does that make sense? But I hate it. I hate when people, talk Civil War bullshit. That's all stupid. What else is going on? So we talked about that. I did not. That was my wife sending me a text message of the football game today of my son getting launched when he was playing football. Still no Cash Apps or Venmos. Fucking A, dude. Guess I may be driving for a long time. What else? What else? What else? What else happened today? Anything else? I don't know. Can't think of if there was anything else even relatively important today. Not really. We already talked about the guy that was on the run. We already talked about the impeachment bullshit. We already talked about how I'm just in a general pissy mood today. And I guess, it's better. Someone said your deadlift form is horrible. Been with you for years. Yeah. My deadlift form, it's probably horrible right now. See, that's another thing, dude. I'm getting small as fuck, bro. I'm actually getting cut, but it's because I'm not eating that much. Or I'm eating healthy. So I'm losing weight, but I'm looking decent. But I haven't deadlifted in 6 weeks since I've been out on the road. I've gone to the gym a handful of times, not as much as I want. I'm currently in Iowa. Currently in Iowa. Yeah, so like I said, my goal is to make $7,500 on top of all this stuff. You know what I mean? Because I have like a weekly rate that I want to make from this. Everything else, I'm throwing towards that $7,500 run. And if I make the $7,500, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna finish my bathroom in my house. I'm gonna pay the store to try to get out of that lease because that's the thing too. The economy fucking sucks. The physical storefront didn't work. I am still in a lease. I still have to pay for that lease, and it's fucking burying me. It's burying me. But yeah. But that's a yeah. So it's my fault, you know. And when I renewed the lease after I did all the renovations, they sold the building. They were selling them in the process. You know what these fucking scumbag landlords did? And I'll be honest, they slipped in a personal guarantee into my lease. So when I re-signed it, didn't read it because I just checked to make sure the amount was the same. They're like, we're not ready. But they slipped in a personal guarantee in there. Probably because they knew the economy was going to shit, which is why they sold the building in the peak. And so now the new landlord, I was like, listen, the company's done. Store, like, re-rent it yourself or do whatever. And they're like, well, we're going to sue you then. So I'm like, fuck. Then I'll pay it until we get it done. The problem is I can't even show the fucking thing because I'm traveling the country hauling freight. So yeah, it's like a horrible catch-22. Horrible catch-22. But ultimately, I wanted to pay off, and basically just say, here's fucking 3 or 4 months worth of rent. I'm walking. Do something. Someone said, I believe you'll get a lot of people coming back for your news, man. I can't do it right now. That's the thing is I need I agree with you. I think if I started doing a regular show again and stop with all the bullshit, you know, like I need a business, like a sponsor or something, like a year sponsor. I should just pitch that to someone that has a company and wants to sponsor a show. And because in all reality, I would just stay. Like if I was at home right now, I'd be live streaming. Plus, I'd be live streaming everything, you know. But yeah, I'd be live streaming all this shit. Definitely live stream Trump's trial. But right now, I just got to do this. I was telling my wife, before I talked, I'm like, fuck this shit. Because it does. It sucks knowing that I'm probably going to be stuck in Las Vegas. I'll get a load eventually. But the problem is, what do? I get to Las Vegas. I'm not paying the fuel to go anywhere else. I'm just going to sit there. Normally, what I'll do is I'll move. Someone said you'll get it back, man. No, but I won't. Not this way. You know. But but yeah, it is what it is. I'm still gonna try to do the show from the truck every day at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock wherever I am. So like today it's 8:16 right now, but it's 9:16 on the East Coast. So 8 o'clock wherever I am is when I'll do the show, and I'll post out just like I did earlier today. Um, when I'm doing a show, you know what I mean? So that way people can know. And we'll run through the day's headlines. I'll rant and rave. If I get some money together, I will buy the like handheld GoPro bullshit, because I'm using the GoPro camera and it's better. But then I could have like different angles, or I could position better so the light works. Because this is actually, you can't see, but it's attached to my hat. Like, look, can you see it right there? That doesn't work. Look, can you see it in the reflection kind of? Nope. So it's attached. It doesn't make any sense because you can't see it, but it's attached to my hat. So see, so when I have my hat on when I'm making the other videos, this is what it is. But you know, I know everybody's hurting. Trust me, I know. I was talking to someone. Well, I'm not going to say that because they watch the show, but I know there's even people that are hurting that don't tell you they're hurting, which is weird because you're family. You know what I mean? But not that I could fucking help them because I'm hurting just as much as they are. Fuck, I just fucked up this. I had it at the perfect angle before there. But yeah, it'll work. Someone said, "Why worry over nothing?" I don't know. I mean, I am fortunate. I've got a wife that loves me, 2 kids that look up to me for doing this. They think it's cool. You know, my son loves that I have a YouTube channel. Doesn't even matter if I don't have a lot of people watching. He thinks it's the coolest fucking thing ever. You know, I am homesick. That's what it is. So I get super irritable when I'm homesick, and I'm homesick. I miss them. So I said, what do I eat while I'm on the road? So I buy these rice bags. So basically, you microwave them for 90 seconds, and it's like a perfect serving of rice. Usually, I do Spanish rice or like the butter rice, whatever it is. And then I put like grilled chicken in it. I put Mexican cheese, and I put a little bit of salsa, and microwave that, and I eat that every morning. I have a bowl of Cheerios or a bowl and a half of Cheerios. Typically, I have yogurt, but I'm out of yogurt. I'm out of everything. I have to go grocery shopping on this trip to Las Vegas. Um, yeah. So normally I have that, a bowl of Cheerios for lunch. Shout out to David for a $25 Venmo. Thank you, bro. First Venmo of the day. You're a top Venmoer for the day. I appreciate you. But some said I get $1 a mile doing Uber. But yeah. And yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, for lunch, I don't know. Like lunch, I don't even know if I eat lunch anymore. I used to, but I don't even know if I eat lunch anymore. Hold on, I just got a text that I actually have to answer, but from someone else that's not affiliated with this shit. Let me see. Let me say. Uh, all the country hauling expedited. I'll be honest. I earlier today I was so like annoyed with everything that hold on. I messaged a buddy of mine that has a big company, and I'm like, bro, because he asked, "Fuck you, hat." I messaged a buddy of mine that owns a big logistics company, and he messaged me a couple of months ago, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you want to come work for me and set up a podcast for our company?" And I'm like, "No," because I didn't want to do anything with that company, and normally he doesn't allow employees to work remote. But today I actually messaged him. I'm like, "Hey, bro, come on, hey, you still need a producer? Because I'll do that. Book freight, you know, freight company, but I don't know." He was texting me, "Where am I?" I'm like, "If I can, I don't know, Iowa." But yeah, I'm in Iowa. Someone said you should run the coffee and shirt business out of the van. Yeah, if I own the van, I don't own this van. If I had a van, that wouldn't be that bad of a deal because I already have all the shit for a coffee, coffee business. I could put all the coffee makers in here, go sling free coffee. It would work. You know what I mean? The problem with the store is there's no foot traffic. If I had a van and I put the van in Loudoun County, Virginia, or Washington D.C. and set up for a day giving away free coffee because it's already paid for with the cups, it would work. But the problem is these vans are 60 grand. I don't have 60 grand to do it. So, but yeah, I don't. I can't see what that said. But yeah, what about a lease? A lease van? Yeah, it's still a lot. I mean, I talked to Enterprise Commercial. They wanted $1,500 a month plus mileage pay. And again, all that just takes capital. The problem is I spent all the money we had growing the damn company and renovating the fucking store. So it is what it is. Like, listen, that's why the coffee business is still open. So I'll keep doing it, keep selling coffee and doing all that stuff. It'll just be, it's not my goal anymore. My goal right now is to provide for my family, continue focusing on school, get very good at doing all that stuff, and still make content. I always get tired of the politics stuff. But I think if I find a way to do it and so it's fun for me, which I can. Someone said they don't need any more caffeine in Loudoun County. Yeah, but it would be a big hit. You know that too if you're familiar with Loudoun County. Like a sick coffee van that's just giving away free coffee. I saw InfoWars is selling Wake Up America coffee. Cool. I was the first podcast with that name. I think now there's, a shit ton more. Ton more. But yeah. Any update on show with Sean and them? No, not right now. Annalisa with a $50 Venmo. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So we're at $75. So we're only short. That's 1% of the total goal right there. And I'm keeping track of that one too. And I just made up that goal today because we have the long-term plans. I'll be honest, this was a 2-year plan. Me going out over the road. There's not a fucking chance in hell. I can tell you that. Not a chance in hell. Because my plan was to come out here, pay off all the cars, pay off all my wife's student loans. That's it. Keep making content, keep doing all that stuff. Just drive and have regular money coming in. The problem is, I didn't take into account to get homesick. Fucking Planet Fitness. Like that's a big thing to me too. Is that's where I go to the gym. I should have got I should have got an Anytime Fitness membership. That's what I should have done. Is got I should have got what you call it. Hold on. Larry, thank you for that cash app, dude. I appreciate you, bud. Hold on, let me check this. Let's see. Whatever, I'll fix it in a second. Okay. And then what was I gonna say? Oh, someone said check PayPal. I'll check PayPal. Let's see. What is it? Right here. Marianne with a $20 PayPal. Thank you so much. What about you opening your own gym? Yeah, you know how much equipment costs? Equipment for a gym is fucking crazy expensive too. What I was gonna say about the gym is I wish I got an Anytime Fitness membership. Ironically, I actually used to have one and I canceled it years ago or months ago. But if I had an Anytime Fitness membership, they have free weights. Plus, they all have solo showers too. Because I don't like the showers at Planet Fitness because you got to shower and it's all fucking dudes trying to see how big your wang is. I hate that shit. Because I'm not a nice person. So someone looks at me, I want to beat them up. It's just how I am. You know what I mean? So I don't like those showers. And they don't have any free weights. I need to be able to push weight. So I may go into an Anytime Fitness when I have a little bit more money and ask them because what I've heard is that if you sign up for Anytime Fitness, you got to wait 30 days before your key is good to use at all the different facilities. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so I don't. Someone said, "Aren't there regional gigs around your home base?" Yeah, but they don't pay what I'm making now. Like Class B CDL work, low. There was one where I got offered the job. It was doing like Pepsi deliveries or Dr. Pepper deliveries, but there was no guaranteed pay. It was all based on commission, 100% commission job, driving their truck and all that stuff. And it was a good company, but it was 100% commission, and so it's all out of my hands. And I like commission when it's like freight and shit like that. If that's why I reached out to my buddy that owns a big company. Like, listen, I'll set up your podcast and I'll also book all your freight. I just want a low base, super high commission though. And I wanted the bonus to start working for him, but super high commission. I like with that's right. Why he's like, we'll talk towards the end of the week because the commission is. But he knows because I for him. Kate said your husband belongs to a chain gym that's open 24 hours. If he goes to my one, but I'll ask him. Yeah, but I know Anytime Fitness, and they have 4,800 locations across the United States. So they have a shit ton of locations. But the problem with them is, they are. I think you have to wait that 30 days. So I'm gonna call one. I'm gonna find one on the way tomorrow and call them and see if there's a way around that 30-day wait, because I travel. I'm not even going to be at the same gym probably more than once. So if I can find it, I will. Anyway, last time, if you want to support the stream, you can. You can join the analysis of with our top dono today of $50. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone else. Marianne, Larry, who's the other one? Let me see. David. You could join the ranks of them, and be in the cool kids club. I will eventually update the thing down here too, so it has everyone else's name. It's just been busy. I've been running like crazy. I drove about 750, 800 miles. I'm actually fucking wound because I want to go punch a fucking tree. So I'm probably going to drive for a little bit more because I am aggressive. You know what I should do? Matter of fact, I'm going to fucking do it. You guys want to come for a ride? Huh? Let's just see how long this live stream goes while I'm fucking driving down the road, huh? Shall we? Where can I put this? Let me throw this away. Let's just see. It's probably not going to last forever. Shit. And, God, this cable may not be long enough, though. Fucking peanut butter on the ground. This truck's all fucking mess. You guys want to ride with me? See if it works? Yeah, let's see. Fuck! I need a special, laptop holder. Yeah. I got one. Ready? Wait for it. Oh, you shit. Oh, you fucker. Oh, you fucker. Ah, bitch. That's not going to stay very long. All right. You guys ready? Let's go for a ride. Hey, if you guys want to support the stream while we're driving down the road fucking being crazy, not being crazy, actually, I'm going to be responsible. So I won't be looking at the chat while I drive either. But throw some support my way. We'll hang out. I don't know how long the internet's going to last. The internet may cut out while I'm doing it. Throw support there. All right? If you want. Not if you want. Fucking do it. Everyone in the chat, throw $5. Come on. Throw $5. You can't really see shit, can you? All right. Let me open this back up. Did I let your wife know on the TV one? No, I haven't, but I will. All right. So I don't even know how this is going to work, but hopefully it works pretty good. Tell you what, I'm just going to kind of keep it like that because I don't want to look at it while I'm driving. And I cannot see the chat, so don't ask any questions because I'm not watching. And like I said, the internet may drop out. It's on a wireless hotspot, but it may not be that great of a wireless hotspot. We'll see. I don't even know if you guys can see it. I think this should tell me if it drops the internet. I think someone may have just sent another Venmo. I missed the notification because it'll pop up if someone does it, but yeah, before I was just listening to the news, seeing what's going on. I heard Dog the Bounty Hunter was on. He was on Jesse. talking about that escaped migrant convict. Gotta say that he's a migrant too. You'll see my head, like I move my head around a lot because I watch my mirrors. I remember when I first took driver's ed, they said you check your mirrors every 3 seconds. I literally check my mirrors every 3 seconds until I get tired. That's how I'm tired because I gotta clean that window. See how dirty that window is there? Dirty. But yeah, we're currently on our way to Las Vegas. I'm dropping off a bunch of entertainment equipment at a venue there for Friday morning. So we have plenty of time to get there. We got 1,500 miles left, 20 hours, 49 minutes. Not correct. Today is what? Tuesday? Thursday. So I drove 850 miles or 750 miles today. My goal today was to get to like 1,500 miles because then I could do 750 miles tomorrow, which is like driving, and then Thursday do 10 hours to drive and get to do homework and all that stuff. Try to head and do all my homework that's due this week, just in case I do get a load going from like Vegas all the way back to the East Coast that has to deliver Monday morning. So I want to make sure that I can dedicate as much time to driving as I can. You know, so that's the plan. But so far, it's still live. But like I said, I can't read the chat, so yeah, that's the plan to drive, just to drive. I don't know if the picture actually works. I am gonna watch this back after, but or if anyone my cell phone number, actually no, do that. Because if I don't, unless you're like where I'm gonna stop. Oh, you know what? You guys should all be able to see the largest truck stop in America, unless I already passed by it. I may have I don't remember. I don't remember if I did. Because that was where was that? In Davenport, Iowa. It's the largest truck stop in that. Well, I can't see if you're answering. Because if it is, then I already passed through Davenport. It should be coming up on Nebraska sooner than later. I don't know how soon, but right? Because it's Iowa, then Nebraska. Currently on 80 West. I thought we were, but I guess 74 dumps out in 80 West, right by Davenport. Not in a truck. I'm in a line. When a big truck just me, or if I'm like in the perfect distance behind the truck, the will like shake out of control because like you know in the wind trail of the vehicle in front of me, which is kind of funny. But, But yeah, we're testing out this live stream. I'm live streaming with the GoPro, driving to Las Vegas, trying to, I got a delivery appointment 9 a.m. Friday in Las Vegas, dropping off all this equipment, and then hopefully out of Las Vegas or nearby. Hopefully they book me on a load. I'll be honest. I really, really hope they do. For my sake. Because for one, it's gonna be super hot. Two, it's not like I'm gonna have extra money to like go gamble and shit. So I'm just gonna like stuck there. Not that I would even gamble with my current financial situation. I wouldn't gamble at all. But I also don't want to sit in the truck all fucking weekend. And it's Las Vegas, so it's too hot to go walk around. You know, I did live in Las Vegas for a couple of months, when I was young, and one of my favorite things to do was to walk down the Las Vegas Strip at night. It was one of my favorite things to do back then. Granted, I did gamble some, but you know, when I ran out of money from playing and all that, I stopped gambling. But I just loved walking up and down there, seeing all the people. Just like that's people watching galore there. But just walking up and down, seeing all the people, seeing all the music, all the lights, all the different street performers and all that stuff. That was years ago. It's probably not safe there. You probably get mugged and shit for walking down the strip. There was like the lower part, and I forgot what it was. Fremont, like that I never walked down to. Of the Las Vegas Strip, and then you have like a desolate area, very short area where there's nothing, but just like where all the roads meet, and then you have the Fremont area, I believe, if I recall. And the Fremont area was where the shittier hotels were, crackhead stuff. At least that's what I remember. And then beyond that, or I think in between them or beyond that, was like a really bad part of Las Vegas. But and then I think to the east, right? Would it be the east? I don't know. To the east, if you're looking at it on a map of that Las Vegas Strip, is pretty rough too. And the west. Shit, everywhere in Las Vegas is not exactly safe either. But like I haven't been back to Las Vegas since I lived there, which was how old am I now? 38. It's damn near 20 years ago. 39. How old am I? 39. So yeah, that was almost 20. Well, I was 21. So that was almost 20 years ago. Because I'm reformed. I met my wife shortly after that. This fucking car is flying up my ass. Ford Flag's a piece of shit. I hate it when people drive like idiots. Well, I don't know how long I want to listen to the radio, and I do live streaming because I'll get copyrighted. But maybe if I watch this back work pretty good, I will log on during the day tomorrow. If this looked like it wasn't lagging out like crazy, maybe tomorrow during the day I'll go live and we can stream this way. Because I know streaming from the phone, it bugs out, gets glitchy. So you guys will have to, like if you're watching on YouTube, when I end the video in a second, like let me know in the chat because those notifications come up. Not in the chat, but send a comment and say, it works pretty good because I'm not by like a metro area. So if it works, I need a longer cable because every time I turn, I'm worried it's going to come unplugged. But yeah. So I'm going to end this though. So we'll see ya. Bye.